Hello, welcome and thank you for watching this video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a follow-up explanation on UI Direct Entry admission procedure. In my previous videos, I've shown admission requirements, procedures regarding how you are going to apply for admission through JAMB Direct Entry, and every other things you need to know. But in recent times, we have discovered that candidates still find it difficult to understand the next things for them to do after they are done with JAMB Direct Entry registration. That's the reason I'm going to be giving explanation on what you have to do next after you have completed your JAMB Direct Entry registration. So I want you to follow patiently and listen attentively to the following explanations. So we all know that before you plan to apply for admission, you have to check the requirement for the course you want to study, and you ensure that you have the requirement before you proceed. So that saves you uh, the time and the effort, so that you not at the end of the day discover that you are not eligible for the program you're applying for. So it's very important for you to check the requirement for the course you want to study and ensure that you have the requirement before you proceed. I think that's a step that at this point you should have uh, crossed. Should have crossed this particular step. So the second thing that is most important when you're applying for admission through direct entry into University of Ibadan is to register for admission through JAMB Direct Entry. So there is no admission that will be done without JAMB Direct Entry. So I think that should have been done already. So the next thing we are facing now is what you have to do next after you have completed your JAMB Direct Entry registration. All direct entry candidates are required to process their transcripts, submit O-level and NC, OND, HND, degree results or certificates, and JAMB registration slip to the admission office, both in hard copies and through the admission office email address. And this should be done as soon as you have completed your JAMB-D registration. That is after you are done with JAMB-D registration. I'm very aware that we have different categories of uh, direct entry candidates who possesses different qualifications. So it's because of that that I'm going to give a step by step instructions for each of these candidates so that everyone will know what they have to do uh, pertaining and depending on the type of qualification they are using to apply for admission, or let's say depending on the institution they graduated from. So now some people graduated from the polytechnic, while some people graduated from colleges of education, while some people they are first degree holders. Each of these candidates they have their specific process, and depending on the qualification they have, they are going to follow the process uh, one after the other. So let's move ahead now. So I've said earlier that I recognize that we have different categories of people that are applying for admission through direct entry based on their qualification, based on the institution they attended and all that. So, but every of these candidates, what is most important that they will process their previous academic transcripts, which may be in either physical form or in soft copy. So I'm going to get to that point where I'll be explaining everything pertaining to that. But for some people, they may not have access to their transcript. For some people, they may not need to process their transcript. For some people, they only need to submit their document and so on and so forth. So you have to listen attentively when I get to the point that concerns you, or when I get to the point that talks about your previous institution or the type of qualification you are holding. So now let's go to physical submissions. Don't forget I said that they will do all these things both in hard copies and through the admission office email address. That means Hard copies will be submitted physically to the admission office, and the soft copy will be through the admission office email address. So please follow and listen attentively. So regarding physical submissions, those who are NC graduates, that is those who graduated from the colleges of education, they are going to submit hard copies of the following documents: their NC statement of results or certificate if it is available, their O-level results, their JAMB Direct Entry registration slip, and hard copies of academic transcripts, which is an official transcript, or student copy of the transcript if it is available. Now let me break it down for graduates of colleges of education. So if you have graduated from college of education, you are going to be issued your statement of results or notification of results. They're going to give you that one. And most of the time, colleges of education, they may not make available academic transcripts. But in this situation, your transcript may be needed. In case your school does not provide academic transcripts, or the process of getting your academic transcripts, or the process of processing it or forwarding it is quite cumbersome for you, they may give you a student copy. We have two type of transcript. One is academic transcript, which is an official transcript. That one you may not have access to it. If they give you a hard copy, it may be sealed and stamped. If they give it to you, it will be sealed or stamped so that you will not open it. You have to drop it to where you need it. You have to drop it. It's an official document. It is confidential as long as it's an official or academic transcript. But most of the time, institutions, they don't hand it over to students. They process it directly to the destination you sent it to, either soft copy or hard copy. In the case of hard copy, they would give it to logistic or courier service or transport company to deliver it to the office you have mentioned when you are applying for that transcript. That means you won't have access to it. That's an official transcript. But there is always a student copy of the transcript, depending on which one is easier for you to get. So if it is official transcript that is easier for you to get, and you have the instruction, you have a clear instruction to your previous institution to send it to UI admission office, physical office. If they can do it for you and it is possible, they should do it, and they will send it directly to them. They know how to do it. Once you have paid your previous institution to do it for you, they will do it. If your previous institution requested that you supply email address of the destination or the institution you want to send it to, then you give them the UI admission office email address, which we are going to talk about later. So I've been able to explain two type of transcripts now. One is official transcript, which is usually confidential. Your school will either send it directly to where you want them to send it to, or they give it to you sealed, confidential, and you are going to drop it to where you want to use it. You won't have access to it. You are not required to open it. That's official transcript. But if your institution offers you student copy of your transcript, then you have access to that one. You can make a photocopy, you can scan and send it, you can submit it physically, and so on and so forth. But other documents like your statement of results or certificate, O-level results, JAMB Direct Entry registration, they should be made available in hard copies, submitted physically to the UI admission office. And all those documents, they should be scanned and being sent to UI admission office email address as well. So you are sending your document in two forms. One is physical copy of all these documents I've mentioned, and if your transcript is available, either official one or student copy. Either of the two, which one that is available to you, submit it physically, but you won't be able to submit your official transcript in soft copy official transcript in soft copy, your school will send it directly to the destination you want them to send it to. If they give you in hard copy as well, you are not required to open it. You are required to submit it as it is packed to the destination you want to use it. I hope that is understood. But if they give you the student copy which you have access to, you can submit it physically yourself. You can send someone to submit it for you alongside other physical documents, and you can scan that student copy of your transcript because it is made available to you and it is your own copy. You can scan and send it. So we are doing this thing in two forms so that you are going to be on a safe side. In case the soft copy is not delivered on email, the admission office will be able to use the hard copy that is being submitted to them. In case the hard copy gets lost or they are not able to see it again, they are going to use the one the in their mailbox. The purpose of sending your document in two forms or submitting your document in two forms is to ensure that your document gets to where it's supposed to get to, or is your document is made available to where it's supposed to be available. I hope that is clear. And but let me go back to here now because some people they still ask questions when we said this should be done as soon as you have completed your JAMB DE registration. They'll be asking when is the deadline? Is it too late for me to submit now? And so on and so forth. All those questions they are quite not necessary. What we are advising is that submit your document as soon as you have completed JAMB DE registration. But we still get to that point where I'm going to clarify about the deadline and so on and so forth. So NC graduates, I hope that is clear. And also other people should draw from some explanation I've given above. So to ND graduates or those who graduated from polytechnics now, you are required to submit physical or hard copies of your ND or HND statement of result or certificates, O-level results, JAMB registration slip, and hard copies of academic transcripts or student copies if it is available. I have explained earlier that academic transcripts are usually confidential. Your school might send it physically directly to the destination you have requested them to send it to, or they give you the official transcript in sealed form. You are not required to open it, it's confidential, and you are going to submit it like that, packed to where you are going to need it. That is your admission office, physical office now. But if it is student copy that is being given to you, or that's one you have, you will be able to scan it and send it to the admission office email address and also submit the physical copy of it, a photocopy of it to the UI admission office alongside all other documents that I've mentioned. But if your school is requesting for the email address of the school you want to send it to, then you give them the admission office email address. I hope that is clear. So now, I this for ND and HND graduates, it is very important for you to send your transcript because the polytechnics are usually they usually give their student transcript, and they are well conversant with processing transcripts and all that, unlike colleges of education. So it's very important for ND and HND graduates to process their transcripts. And the explanation about processing transcript, I think I have an explanation in this video. So please stay and listen attentively when I get to that point so that you'll be able to get it. Degree holders as well, those who graduate from university, you are required to submit physical or hard copies of degree statement of results or certificates, O-level results, JAMB registration slip, and hard copies of academic transcripts or student copies if it is available. So every candidate, they are required to submit in two forms in order to be on the safe side, in two forms. The only problem you may have is on the transcript, and I've explained about that one. If the academic transcript you are having is an official and a confidential one, if your school give it to you after you have applied for it, you are not required to open it, submit it physically like that to the your admission office physical office. But if your school requested that they want to send it directly to a physical office, give them the admission office address, not email address, admission office physical address. If they want to send it in physical copy, it is their job. They are going to give it to courier service or logistic company or a dispatch to deliver it to UI admission office. Once it gets to that place, they are going to they will know that this is where it is coming from. It's on behalf of this particular person that is being sent. And because you might have submitted other documents like your statement of results, O-level results, and JAMB registration slip to the admission office already. So when that transcript gets to them, it's not going to be a strange document to them. They are going to know this is a particular person uh, that is sending this thing, and they are going to make a record of it. The dispatch rider that will deliver it is going to make a record of, okay, I submitted this particular document to admission office, and this is, they will write everything that they need to write down. But if they give you your student copy, that means it's available to you. Student copy, not confidential copy now. You will be able to scan and send it, be able to make a photocopy and submit it alongside other documents that you need to submit. And every document that is made available to you, any document, every of these documents we mentioned that is within your capacity to have. Your degree statement of result is within your capacity. Your O-level result is with you. Your JAMB registration slip is with you. So you have access to all these documents. You are required to submit them physically as well as scan them and send soft copy to your admission office email address. It's very important. So your school have the responsibility of sending your official transcript to the admission office, physical office, or their email address. So that's very clear like that. For other categories of direct entry candidates, Cambridge A level and others, you are required to submit your Cambridge A level statement of results, O level results, and JAMB registration slip physically to the UI admission office. I think that's very clear. All these people, they may not have, they are not in position to have transcripts. So let's go to the next one now. So online submission or processing now. NC graduates, you may process your transcript from your previous institution to UI. You may. Please note all the words I'm using. You may, because I understand that colleges of education may not be conversant with sending transcripts. Even though they may be conversant with it, some of them may be slow in that process. You understand? Some of them may be slow. Sending transcripts of their students to other institutions may be slow. It may be cumbersome and all that. So you may submit your transcript from your previous institution to UI. And if it is the official transcript that is available, you can request that your previous institution send it directly to UI admission office. If it is student copy that is made available to you, you have access to it. You can submit it yourself. You can scan and send it as well. So remember, you are going to send in two forms. Don't send one and forget the other, or be thinking as you have done one, you don't need the second, you don't need the second one again. Please note that. So ND and HND, it is compulsory for you to process your transcript from your previous institution to UI. You take note of the words I'm using, it is compulsory for you. So, but some people will be still asking, how do I process my transcript and all that? I've received so many questions like that. It is the job of your previous institution to do that for you. You get information from your previous institution and ask them, how do you send transcript? What's the process? Your school may require that, okay, log into your student portal, log into the school website, apply for transcripts, input the destination, maybe their email address or physical address and all that. That's their job. You pay them, they will do it for you, they give you tracking. This is when they are sending it, it has been delivered and all that. They will tell you all those ones. It is their job. Degree holders as well, those who graduated from universities. Universities, they are conversant and they are are expected to be conversant with sending transcripts. So that should not be a strange thing for them to do. It is compulsory for you as well to process your transcripts from your previous institution to you either in hard copy or soft copy or both. Please take note. So let's move to the next one now. Meaning of process your transcript or transcript processing or request. Those are the words they used to use when you want to request for your transcript or you process your transcript from your previous institution to anywhere they want to use it. So let's explain that now. Your transcript is the documented academic records and performance throughout your study in your previous institution. So that's very clear. Your transcript contains every courses you have taken right from when you started studying until you graduated from your previous institution. So it contains every courses you have studied, every courses you passed, every courses you have taken, and all that. Okay. So when you are asked to process your transcript, you are simply being asked to tell your previous institution to send your academic records in that institution to UI or other destination you require them to send it to. So this is usually called transcript request. You will follow the steps and procedures for that purpose according to your previous institution's policy. So the policy of your institution may be that you log into their portal, you log into their website, or you visit the academic and records of your institution, or you visit the academic affairs, or you visit the academic units as the case may be. So you may either go to the institution or request for it, or they may ask you to apply for it online. Some institutions may only request for the physical address of the recipient institution. If they requested for email address, that means they are going to send a soft copy. If they requested a physical address, that means they are going to send the hard copy through a courier service or dispatch. I think I've explained that earlier. Okay, some institutions may give you a student copy of the transcript which you can have access to and be submitted physically according to the information I've given above. So while some institutions may send the confidential or official copies through a courier service or dispatch or email upon your request, it is very important to know which method your institution is using. So ask your institution which method are you using. Are you sending an hard copy or you are sending a soft copy? If they are sending a hard copy, they will request the physical address of where you are sending it to and you give them the UI admission office address. If they are sending a soft copy, that means you are going to give them UI admission office email address. I hope that is clear. So it is basically within their responsibility to do it. So what you need to do is to apply or request for the transcript and provide either the physical address of your admission office or email address as the case may be. Please take note of this part and read it carefully. Okay, now I said earlier that you should request for the UI admission office email address. YouTube will not allow me to type any email address anywhere here. So you can send me a message privately on WhatsApp to get the admission office email address or physical address. Okay, I think that's very clear now. This should answer some questions I've been receiving concerning this. Okay, now let's move ahead. Okay, these are my personal recommendations now. I've been emphasizing that your sending your document or submitting it should be in two forms so that you be on a safe side. Now, my personal recommendation is that you should scan and send all your documents to the admission office email address. Submission by proxy is allowed. That means you can send someone to submit your documents for you. You may not be in Ibadan or where you are is very far. You can send your documents to someone to help you submit to the admission office. Some people that are not uh, close to Ibadan, you can snap your documents, you can scan it and send it to someone. They will just print it for you and they will submit it. After all, no one is requesting that you submit your original documents. They are requesting for photocopies. So the person would submit on your behalf. They are going to fill a form when they get there, write the name, write everything needed and all that. Okay. And also, it is never too late to submit your document, but it can be too late. At the uh, at the time of making this record for this particular year it is not too late, but it can be too late. It is not too early to submit, but there is a deadline for it. Now, how do you know the deadline? You can submit your document anytime after you are done with JAMB registration. Okay, now to be on the safe side, you are advised to complete all your submissions before admission consideration. Admission consideration is usually a period after the release of cutoff marks for post-semi candidates. So you have all the time to do all these things as soon as you have completed your JAMB registration through the period when your post-semi registration will be announced, through the period when post-semi exam will be conducted, through the period when post-semi results will be released, and the release of cutoff marks will be before admission consideration will begin. So you can see all the time available. You can see all the depending on the year. I don't know when you will be watching this video now, but this video is being recorded in 2025 now. So you have all the time to submit all these documents as soon as you have completed your JAMB Direct Entry registration before UI Post-SEMI Direct Entry registration will be announced. So we have explained the relationship between UI Post-SEMI registration. We have explained that in the previous videos, and that should not be uh, a concern for now. So there will be periods available for you as soon as you are done with your JAMB registration to submit your documents. So before post-semi registration will be announced for you, you have the time to submit. You have the time after registration through when exam will be conducted for post-semi candidates, because direct entry candidates don't take exams, through when the post-semi result will be released, through the period when cutoff mark will be released. After cutoff mark have been released, that's when admission consideration will begin for post-semi candidates. It's shortly after that consideration that they are going to pack all the documents from the admission office and deliver it across all departments that candidates have applied for or have applied to. I mean direct entry candidates. All documents that we have been submitting so far, admission office, they are going to take it, they pack everything, they are going to deliver it to each department that every candidate has applied to, and it is the department that will verify, or let's say that will check the documents, that will see which candidate is the best for our department based on the admission requirements and everything available to them. So if your transcript, your O-level result, your statement of result or certificate is not available when they are ready to uh, consider candidates for admission, and your document is not among the document they take to the department, how would the department you applied to, how would they consider you for admission? How would they know you are qualified for admission or not? So these are the periods, these are the deadlines for you. So it is very commonsensical for you to know when the deadline would be. So UI will not consider you for admission without without this document. You can see it is being emphasized for you. So now, I will advise that candidates stick to only accurate sources of information to avoid conflicting information, as it has been observed that most candidates usually confuse themselves with false and misleading information. So I used to have issues with this, because some people will be saying, okay, my brother told me that, my sister told me that, someone told me that, someone said that, I read online that, and all that. So all those things, they are quite stressful, and I don't even know what to say to it. But my advice is that you stick to accurate sources of information only. What I usually frown at, or what annoys me, is when people come to me and I give them information, they are telling me someone told them that their a student told them that my JUPEB coordinator told me that and all that. So all those things, they are quite annoying and they are quite stressful, and my job is not to convince you to take a particular step or to follow a particular instruction I give you. My own job is to give general information, and I'm trying the best, what's the best in my capacity to do. And I would advise that you stick to only accurate sources of information so that you not mislead yourself. You not mislead yourself. If I should see now, this should be uh, the fourth video explanation for direct entry candidates so that they will be properly guided and all that. So, final recommendation, candidates are advised to visit the admission office for guidance and clarification. So, after all this information I've given so far, if you still have some things that are not clear to you, and in my capacity, I think I have given a comprehensive information and everything should be clear by now. But if you still need more clarification, the admission office is open. You can go there to make your further clarification. But don't come to my inbox to tell me that your brother told you that, someone told you that, your sister told you that, or you read online that, and all that. So I won't uh, be able to convince you. It's not even my job to convince you and all that. So when people say, okay, oh my, something told me that I will just say okay, and they will find it they will find it annoying and all that. So it's annoying on my own side as well. When I give accurate information and comprehensive information like this, and I still see that you uh, you are sticking or you are still holding on to a particular misleading information or all that. So I think this is very clear and straightforward, understandable, and it's comprehensive. It touches every aspect and all that. So that will be all for now on this episode. My contact will be in the description of this video for uh, any other thing you may need, but not drawing back to what I've already explained and all that. So please take note of this information I've given. You may replay the video again, listen to the part that concerns you, and act accordingly. So I wish you all the best in your application. Okay, bye for now.